Next slide, please, Miss Fernandez. Next slide, please. Next, please. Next. So, for the continuation of our report is PPAN that will be reported by Miss Alaban. Miss Alaban.
Yes, hello. So, PPAN or Philippine Plan of Action for Nutrition. So, PPAN is the country's blueprint for achieving nutritional adequacy for all Filipinos and the Philippine Government's Committee to Eradicating Hunger and Malnutrition. It is also a result-based plan with smart results at different levels designed in a results framework. PPAN consists of 8 nutrition-specific programs, mainly infant and young child feeding programs, integrated management of acute malnutrition, national dietary supplementation program, national nutrition promotion program for behavior change, micronutrient supplementation program, mandatory fortification program, nutrition in emergencies program, and overweight and obesity management and prevention program. And an initial list of one nutrition sensitive program, one na siya, sorry for the mistake. So, the nutrition sensitive programs and projects tweaked to produce nutritional outcomes. And 3 enabling programs, which are mobilization of local government units for nutrition outcomes, policy development for food and nutrition, and strengthened management support to the PPAN. Next slide, please. So, additionally, PPAN has 2 layers of outcome targets and sub-outcome. So, additionally, PPAN was formulated within the framework of the Philippine Medium-Term Development Plan. So, there are nutrition problems that are needs to be addressed in PPAN. Mainly, high levels of stunting and wasting among children under 5 years of age, deficiencies in vitamin A, iron and iodine, hunger and food insecurity, overweight and obesity, and maternal nutrition. So, to sum it up, the purpose of PPAN or Philippine Plan of Action for Nutrition is to improve the nutritional status of Filipinos by reducing the prevalence of routine energy, malnutrition, and to prevent, control, and eliminate micronutrient deficiencies. Next slide, please. Okay, so this will be reported by Ms. Alcantara.
So, good morning everyone. Maklaro na ako.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, DepEd Child Protection Policy. So, Section 2, which is Statement Policy, pursuant to the 1987 Constitution, the state shall defend the right of every children to assistance, proper care and nutrition, and special protection from all forms of neglect, abuse, cruelty, exploitation, and other conditions that hinder their development. Article 16, Section 3. So, the Convention on the Rights of the Child, or CRC, aims to protect the children from all forms of physical or mental violence, injury and abuse, neglect or negligent treatment, maltreatment, and exploitation, including sexual abuse. So, the same convention establishes the right of the child to education, and with a view to achieve this right progressively on the basis of equal opportunity, the government to take measures to encourage regular attendance in school and reduce dropout rates. So, kung mo'y gani ka, if we talk about child abuse, cruelty, exploitation. So, child protection, it refers to programs, services, procedures, and structures that are intended to prevent and respond to abuse, neglect, exploitation, discrimination, and violence. So, child abuse refers to the maltreatment of a child, whether habitual or not, which includes any of the following. So, psychological or physical abuse. So, physical abuse, it includes neglect, cruelty, sexual abuse, and emotional maltreatment, or any act by deeds of or words which debases or degrades or demeans the intrinsic worth and dignity of a child as a human being. So, another one is failure to immediately give medical treatment to an injured child, resulting in serious impairment of his or her growth and development, or in the child's permanent incapacity or death. So, the other one, which is discrimination against children. So, refers to an act of inclusion, distinction, restriction, or preference which is based on any ground such as age, ethnicity, sex, sexual orientation, and gender, identity, language, religion, political or other opinion, national or social origin, property, birth, being infected or affected by human immunodeficiency virus and acquired immune deficiency syndrome, or AIDS, being pregnant, being a child in a conflict with the law, being a child with disability or other status or condition, and which has the purpose or effect or nullifying or impairing the recognition, enjoyment, or exercises by all persons on an equal footing of all freedoms and rights. So, exploitation means refers to the use of children for someone else's advantage, gratification, or profit, often resulting in unjust, cruel, and harmful treatment of the child. So, there are two main forms of child exploitation. So, the first one, we have sexual exploitation. So, when we talk about sexual exploitation, it refers to the abuse of a position of vulnerability, differential power, or trust for sexual purposes. So, it is not limited to forcing a child to participate in a prostitution or the production of pornographic materials as a result of being subjected to a threat, deception, coercion, abduction, force, abuse, and so on and so forth. So, the second one is economic exploitation. So, economic exploitation is the use of the child in work or other activities for the benefit of others. So, economic exploitation involves a certain gain or profit through the production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. So, next slide, please. So the purpose of DepEd has adopted the policy to provide a special protection to children who are gravely threatened or endangered by circumstances which affect their normal development and over which they have no control, and to assist the concerned agency in their rehabilitation. So the DepEd has adopted a policy to provide special protection to children who are gravely threatened of rehabilitation sakto siya. So furthermore, this department ensures such a special protection from all forms of abuse, exploitation, and care as necessary for the child's well-being. So, taking into account the primary rights and duties of parents, legal guardians, or other individuals who are legally responsible and exercise custody over the child. So, DepEd recognizes the participatory rights of the children in the formulation, implementation policies, and in all proceeding affecting them whether they be victims or aggressors either directly or through our representative. So the next slide will be discussed by Catherine K. Badon. Thank you.
So good morning everyone. The Presidential Degree number 603, the Child and Youth Welfare Code. So Presidential Degree number 603, otherwise known as the Child and Youth Welfare Code, and issued in December 1974, legally defines special categories of youth, including youthful offenders, and directs the Ministry of Social Services and Development, or MSSD, to provide comprehensive services to assist in youth development. So the MSSD had implemented and integrated human resource development program for youth. So encompassing three program areas, where is the economic sufficiency, community responsibilities, and youth with special needs. So next slide, please. So the Article 1, Declaration of Policy. The child is one of the most important assets of the nation. Every effort should be exerted to promote his welfare and enhance his opportunities for useful and happy life. So, sabi nga ni Dr. Jose Rizal, ang kabataan ng pag-asa ng bayan. So, the Article 2, Title and Scope of Code. So, the code shall be known as the Child and Youth Welfare Code. It shall apply to persons below 21 years 20 years of age, except those with accordance with the law. So the child or minor or youth as used in this code shall refer to such persons. The Article 3 is rights of the child. So all children shall be entitled to the rights wherein set forth without distinction as to legitimacy or illegitimacy, sex, social status, religion, political antecedents, and other factors. So every child has the right to a wholesome family life that will help or provide him with love, care, and understanding, guidance, and counseling, and moral and material security. So every child has the right to protection against exploitation, improper influences, hazards, and other conditions or circumstances to his physical, mental, emotional, and moral development. And also, every child has the right to the care, assistance, and protection of the state. So when his parents or guardians fail or are unable to provide him with his fundamental needs or for growth, development, and improvement. So Article number 4, Responsibilities of Child. So every child, regardless of the circumstances of his birth, sex, religion, social status, political ascendance, and other factors, so it strives to lead an upright and virtuous life in accordance with the tenets of his religion, the teachings of his elders and mentors, and also the bidding of the clean conscience. So love and respect and obey his parents and cooperate with them in strengthening of the family. So next slide, please. So in Article 5, Commencement of Civil Personality. So the civil personality of the child shall commence from time to his conception. So for all the purpose favorable to him on the subjects of the requirements.
And for article number 6, the abortion. So, the abortion of a conceived child, whether such act to intentionally or not, shall be governed by the pertinent provision of the revised penal code. In article number 7, non-disclosure of birth records. So, the records of a person's birth shall be kept strictly confidential, and no information relating thereto shall be issued except for the request of the person himself or any persons authorized by him, or also it can the parents or guardians with authorization. Article number 8, the child's welfare paramount. So in all questions regarding the care, custody, education, and property of the child, his welfare shall be in the paramount consideration. Next slide, please. So while in the article number 9, levels of growth. So the child shall be given adequate care, assistance, and guidance through his various levels of growth. So it is start from infancy to early and later childhood to puberty and to adolescence. So when it is necessary, even after shall have attained the age of 21. Article 10. So in the Article 10, phases of development, the child shall enjoy special protection and shall be given opportunities and facilities. So facilities by law and other means. So to ensure and enable his fullest development physically, mentally, or emotionally, morally, spiritually, and social in a healthy and normal manner and in condition of freedom, dignity, and appropriate to the corresponding development of the stage. In Article 11, the promotion of health. So the promotion of the child's health shall be begin with adequate prenatal and postnatal care. So both for him or her and his mother, all appropriate measures shall be taken to ensure his normal total development. So it shall be responsibility of the health, welfare, and educational entities to assist the parents in looking after the health of the child. Article 11. Article 12. So, education. The school and the other entities engaged in non-formal education shall assist the parents in providing the best education for the child. Motong na yung mga public schools nga mo-provide sa kaning free tuition of the children. In article, alain sa ko, next slide please. So in article number 13, social and emotional growth. So steps shall be taken to ensure the child's healthy and social and emotional growth. So these shall be undertaken by the home in collaboration with the schools and other agencies engaged in promotion of the welfare of the child. In article number 14, it is the morality. So high moral principles should be instilled in the child, particularly in the home, the school, the church, and which he belongs. So, ano siya ang Article 15. So, in 14, so in the Article number 15, spiritual values. So, the promotion of the child's spiritual well-being according to the precepts of his religion should as much as possible be encouraged by the state or by the government. So the last article is the article number 16, which is the civic conscience. So the civic conscience of the child shall not be overlooked. So he or she shall be brought up in a atmosphere of universal and understanding tolerance friendship, and helpfulness of in full consciousness of responsibility as much as the member of the society. So so the Council of the Welfare of the Child, or CWC, was created through Presidential Decree number 603, which is this code, so otherwise known as the Child and the Youth Welfare Code in 1974. So it is mandated to coordinate the implementation and enforcement of all laws, formulate, monitor, evaluate policies, and other programs to measures for the child. Next slide, please. So that's all for our report. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Miss Fernandez, Miss Alaban, Miss Alcantara, Miss Badona. So, na mo continue. Sel,
Yes, Earl.
alayo, kaning, imo siyang i-forward na ako ang video, alayo raya ako, compress at may sarong delete ako, ito makuha na. Then, di pa ka pagpasa.
Okay.
Ano siya up, video compressor. So, the lowest part lang.
I'll try to look. Char, without tanaw lang ako. Kung na makakuan ko ang app.
Continuation man daw sa reporter sa kasi mo, report group 2.